Huh?
I honestly think. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Can you
good.
hear me?
Yeah, good.
All right, bet. I think that Kanye
We can't hear you, brother. Maurice, you got something to say?
Yeah, man. Look, okay, well, look, let's answer this question for ourselves. Was slavery a choice? And the easy answer to that is yes. See, I mean, I'm not saying we put ourselves in slavery, but once you're in it, you have to choose. Either you could cower so that for survival purposes, you could run away like Harriet did. You could fight back like Denmark BC did. Or you could just go along, get along, so you don't have to get beat and whipped and punished. You could do just enough to get by.
Hold on, brother. Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Since you saying slavery was a choice, right?
Yeah.
Since it
Yes.
was a choice, how did where did people go sign up to be slaves at?
No, no, no. I'm not saying now. I'm not saying you sign yourself up. That's not how we got into it. We got into it because our enemy tribes in Africa, Dahomey, the Ashanti, uh, certain portions of the Igbo tribe. These say does it? Let's say roughly about 60, almost 70 tribes, right, in West Africa
Mm-hmm.
were actively engaged in the capture and sale of us. Not when the white man got there in the 1400s. They had started selling us to the Arabs in the 6th century. So all through the 700s, those West African tribes was already selling us to the Arabs during the trans-Saharan slave trade. They were selling us for 700 years before the white man even showed up.
So you tell me that the people was going standing on the sale block like, yo, I want to go, I want to be a slave.
No, no, no. You didn't choose to get in it, but
Okay,
once
so
you but once you
then
was
it
in it,
wasn't then slavery wasn't a choice if you didn't choose to get in it.
nah. But once you in it, you could have made the choice to get out, and we failed to
Can I
get out.
chime in really quick?
Yes, please, go ahead, sis.
So, so um if anybody saw the Woman King,
The Woman
um,
King, yes.
yeah, that was about those women were defending their people from being pulled off the slaves and selling people as slaves, and they had this particular kingdom had decided against selling their people for slaves, so they selling people as slaves and working with the white people who came in and said, okay, you don't need these people, these are your prisoners or whatever they are, you could sell them to us and we'll take them off your hands, right? So no, that wasn't a choice. But now when we get to America and now we're playing the game where, certain slaves are in the house, certain slaves. I'm a descendant of slaves. My great great grandmother was a slave. She worked in the cotton fields. Now my great great grandfather was a free man, right? So now we have to look at what was really happening. Like, how did we get to New York? There was two migrations to New York, right? So you have the first migration that people ran away from down south, because down south that was where all the slavery and everything was going. So people said, fuck that, excuse my language, people said, F that, I'm running off of this plantation, going down with Harriet had to take a gun. This is the choice now, Choke, right? Is Harriet had to take a gun to some people and say, listen, start running right now, or I'm going to shoot you, right? So now we got, is that a choice? So I choose now to stay on the plantation and not get in any trouble, right? Or you know, get uh get caught in the woods and the long journey that we got to go all the way up north to get free for 50 states, and it's going to take us what, 2 months or something like that to do it, and all this stuff. That is a choice. I have a choice to do it. And then if we look at the people, if you look at the people that progressively came north, and this is no disrespect to anyone, that was when you got up north, you were able to read, you were able to write, you were quicker, because these were the people that decided to break away, right? My family comes from a family that ran, right? We ran. Okay, some people decided to stay, but those that decided to stay in the South are now reaping the benefits because they stayed on their land, and they're finally getting their 40 acres and a mule. So it was a choice for some people to stay down south, and there was a choice for some people to break out and run. Thank God both of them did both. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't a choice to where, I mean, it was a scary choice, right? Live or die, stay here, or, it was a scary choice, but it wasn't one that I don't think everybody has to, it wasn't one that I think that we need to fault anybody for.
I understand that, but once again, that made.
Can I add something though?
Yeah. Hold on a second. I got you. Right. That still does not make slavery a choice. What you just said was those who were enslaved already had a choice to escape, all right, when somebody had the balls to say, yo, let's get the hell out of here. But the initial word slavery comes from them going to make people slaves. They didn't have a choice. Niggas ain't signed a goddamn slave application like, yo, I want to be a slave. They were enslaved, and then they got conscious or strong enough or whatever to break free or not to be slaves anymore. But the initial thing for slavery, when they were starting to enslave people did not have a fucking choice if they wanted to go be a slave. Nah, man, I'm cool. Nah, where y'all going? Y'all going to be slaves? Nah, I ain't with that. Yo, I'm going to go over here and be a car dealership. No, man, it was no choice. These people were captive, kidnapped, and taken to different places, countries, cities, tribes, different places, brother. And hold on, go ahead, Dirty Ice. Go ahead, brother.
Places, countries, cities.
Dirty Ice, you gotta mute up, though. You gotta mute up. Mute up.
Hold on, go ahead, Dirty Ice. Go ahead, bro. Places, countries,
Yeah, I want to add to that. So let me ask you a question. This my question, right, Choke? So let me ask you a question. This my question to Choke, right? If you try to run in my house, right, and me and my brothers in here strong, right, what you think gonna happen? You think you're gonna be able to take us into slavery?
Depending on my team, yes.
I asked you a question. I said, if you run into a strong force of people that is occupying their home territory in righteousness and with God's blessing, you telling me you ain't gonna get smoked up out of there? Now let me ask you a question. When I smoke you out of there, what should I do to you? Should I not make you my slave?
Okay.
For your indiscretion against me? We need to put all of this into context, and like I said, ground all of this with historical fact. We're not talking about Hollywood movies here. We talking about true to life things. Like Brother Maurice said, we was under slavery, under the Arabs, the Umayyad dynasty, and all these different dynasties for hundreds of years. They sent our people into Europe under the Muslim flag. And when the brothers took over the whole of Europe, the Arabs caught us back because they was afraid we would get too powerful. We need to learn about the Almoravids. We need to learn our history. We not reading. We talking about Jay-Z and these other people that's tokens, you know what I mean? Like the brother said, they pretending they own everything. They only getting 5%. We need to wash away all of that and go, we got to unravel all of this and go way back. Wasn't Mansa Musa the richest man in the world? What happened to Mansa Musa? What happened? Wasn't there universities in Timbuktu? Like the brother said, they had mystery schools in ancient Kemet. What happened? That's what we need to figure out. And fast forward that to now, while we in bondage. This is not our first slavery. We've been in bondage, brother. We've been in bondage many times. This might be our last time in bondage before we could clean ourselves up, like the brother said, and reincarnate to a higher self and not have to go into the pit of fire with Satan and his minions. All those wicked people, they're going to be distinguished in fire. They're going to be destroyed forever. God is calling upon his people right now to clean themselves up, become right, forget about all the money, grow some food, try to live right, take care of your children. All right. And I'll take this back. We went into slavery under the Assyrians because of Jezebel, aka Jezebel, a prostitute, liar, and a killer. That's why God lost favor with our people and sent the 10 tribes into oblivion, into Assyria. That's how we ended up over here in this hemisphere. We fled in boats. Then fast forward that, we fled in boats because the Portuguese, they gave us 3 months to get out of there before they came behind us. Read Ivan Van Sertima, we came before Columbus. We've been on this hemisphere. That's why they selling us on this idea we from Africa, so we don't have claim to the land. But a lot of us are Tainos, Arawaks, we come from this hemisphere. And that's why they don't want us to learn about these things, because then we're going to be more conscious of who we are and wake up.
Now listen, brother, I understand what you're saying. But like Lady J said, if you saw the Woman King, our own people sold us to people that wanted to buy slaves. We enslaved our own people. We enslaved our own people. We grabbed
Who
up our
told you
own
that
people and
that's our
sold them.
people? Who told you that? If we are Israelites, aka Hebrews, how
Like,
can we be with the Muslims and the Christians if we are our own
listen,
people?
Listen, brother. When I say our own people, I'm saying, like you said, if I came into your house and you in there strong, how could we take you out of there? What I'm telling you is these people came to buy slaves from their own people. People was selling their own fucking people to the people that was coming from other places. They couldn't come into their stuff and just drag people out of it. These people.
I'm going to tell you why, brother, right now. We are Hebrews. We chose to convert to becoming Islamic. We chose to convert to Christianity. We had to make a choice. Just like the Jewish people, they had to choose between Islam, they had to choose between Christian, because all those crusades, they chose to become us. They chose to become us. They were penis worshippers. That's why they do it with homosexuals. They were penis worshippers. Their king said, we are so backwards, we have to convert to becoming Judaism, ism, schism. All right. We are Jewels, Jewel. All right. Jewelry. We are melanated people. Our pineal glands are crystallified. We crystallize. You understand me? We locked in. You can't worship the Most High and Mammon. What do you think Mammon is, brother? What do you believe Mammon is in your opinion?
Yeah, I'm sticking on slavery, brother. I'm sticking to slavery.
That's why we went into slavery, brother. We went into slavery because we went against the Most High God. Imagine you have a favorite son and you bless him with everything and he do wickedness. What you gonna do? You gonna punish him. We under punishment by God. God has put every race above us until we clean up.
Okay, all right, hold on, brother. All right. Hey, Shell, what up? You got something to say?
Hello?
Yes, go ahead, baby.
Yeah, I'm young, so I can't really say too much. I'm not too knowledgeable about the slavery. I wasn't there, so I don't know. Can't really say nothing about that. So I was just talking about Kanye because that's what I came in for was Kanye. So
all right, go ahead. You gotta speak on
yeah,
Kanye.
you were saying about what should he do next. I'm feel like he should show if he really about the people, black people. If he not, then he just need to just shut everything down. Like my mom was saying that I think he's doing this for Kim. He just acting out because he's mad at Kim. Because if he was with Kim, he wouldn't when he was with Kim, he don't really speak out like that. So it's like he's mad at Kim, and now he want to act out. He want black people to get outraged. He want to use. He like the Jews to me. Like he using the black people's anger to help him.
Buy some pussy and dick.
Mama, you can't cuss on here like that. My mama cussing on here, but I'm just saying I'm young, so I don't really know about no. I don't really know about like the slavery, the Jews and stuff like that. So I don't know. I just know that Kanye, he's just acting out because he's mad at Kim. To me, that's what I see.
I agree with you on that. Let's talk to your mama. Can we see her?
Oh Lord, she gonna act. Can she cuss on here? Cause she gonna act up.
Tell her try to refrain from cursing, but she can.
You want to talk to your mom?
Hey, Choke.
Hey, lady, how you doing?
Great.
Okay.
How you doing?
I'm good. How you feeling about Kanye?
This is what I feel about Kanye. The same thing that I feel about like all the stuff happened to the Kings and the Bob. It always come down to Coochie and
Mama, you can't talk like that.
It always come down to that bring down all the people. When you mix that stuff up together, it's always brought down to the penis and the coochie. Them all the problems. Most all the gang problems. People get killed over that. That's the powerful thing. Most powerful thing in this world is that coochie and that weenie. And that's why I think white folks mad at all the black men because of that. Because the black men, that's why they like R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, everything boiled down to them slanging that Oscar Mayer. It's powerful. And they jealous of it. Because it got me going crazy still since I've been 21. So I know they crazy. They white wake up, be like, whoo, where that Mendigo at? And then they looking for that man. And that's why they want to kill him. Look what they did to Emmett Till. Look what they did to everything brought down to that weenie. That's powerful. That's powerful. And Kanye West ain't got no big thing. Because Kim already said he got little dick energy. So God put him here. He here right now. Because yay, his name Jesus. He supposed to be doing the work for us. But he don't know it yet because he thinking about that cat. That cat got him going crazy. He supposed to be trying to save us because he ain't in this position for nothing. Once they move that cat out the way, he'll be powerful. Do you know JT the bigger figure? What JT the bigger figure doing is what Kanye West need to be doing. Look JT the bigger. That's what Kanye West need to be doing with his money. Stop talking and walk. He ain't worried about nothing but that cat is powerful. It's powerful, and that's what I see. That's what it's about. We in on this fight, but we can ride it because we missed our chance with Trump. Now God giving us another chance with Kanye West. We keep on knocking our chances down. We keep knocking them down. We gonna have to go and ride one of these niggas. We got to go and ride one of them. We got to have to go and ride because that's what it is. It ain't nothing about cat and dick. It's powerful. I'm telling you, I'm still riding one. I'm talking about ain't finna stop and fuck a bitch up about mine. I'll fuck a whole nation up about my day. That's okay, we'll get off the phone. I'm finna go.
You can't cuss on here like that. Put me on mute. Put her on mute.
I'll fuck a whole nation up.
Hey, wait, hold on. Your mama ain't get the
Joke, let me ask you, was it Moses in the house of Pharaoh? Was it Moses in the house of Pharaoh?
We were talking about Kanye. I can't.
Wait, what's your mama name? We ain't get to get her name.
Oh, her name is Jeannie.
Gina, my name Plenty Money, Gina Stokes Sumter.
And where you from, lady?
Mobile, Alabama. I'm in the dirt. I'm down here. I know I had somebody picking cotton.
Yeah, me too. Everybody. Shit.
So
Yeah.
I'm saying we can't really say nothing. We weren't there. That's what I don't understand. Why are we still talking about this? We need to be talking about what's gonna happen next after this.
All I know is the Kings in the Bible. You remember that king? He sent that man out to fight on the front line just so he could sleep with that man's wife. This been happening. This cat and dick problem.
Mom, you cannot say that on here.
Okay. But that's supposed to be most of the problem.
Uriah, that's David and Uriah.
That's right. I just don't know how to say it.
I know. You just like Kanye. Don't know how to say stuff right. Well, yeah, I don't. I just why I got on here for Kanye. I don't really know. I can't get into depth what these other people talking about. I'm still learning. I'm trying to soak up the knowledge too. I don't really know. I'm listening to Maurice, Dirty Ice, everybody. So I'm just watching. That's all.
Well, that's good. Each one teach one. That's what we're here for, to educate you, sister. So,
Okay.
just absorb the knowledge. Absorb the knowledge.
Right. I'm listening to everybody. I don't really know.
She talking about the same. She talking about the same famous King David.
Just absorb the knowledge.
That
Oh, he's talking about you, mom.
King David sent out Uriah's wife to have sex with her. She talking about the same famous King David.
Got you.
Oh.
All right, we gonna wrap this up. Dirty Ice, go ahead. Yeah, any last words, Dirty Ice?
You is crazy.
No, I was saying Mama Love is absolutely correct. Mama Love is absolutely correct. You know what I mean? That's been the end of every civilization, a wicked woman. Mama Love is absolutely correct. Mama Love is absolutely correct.
All right, brother, sign out, man. Sign out. Give your shout outs. Nah, he out of here. All right. Nice to lyrical.
What's good, big bro?
What's your last words?
Well, as far as the Kanye issue, not issue, but I'm saying where Kanye goes from here, on his knees, repentance, and from there, God should guide him. And as far as all the rest of the slavery stuff goes, I think we all answered each other's questions, believe it or not. We just didn't listen to whatever. Me collectively listening to everybody, everybody answered questions. They asked if we the slavery question. What was the slavery question, Chope?
Was it a choice?
Okay, so at first we all looking around like, what are you crazy? Are you crazy? Like, hell no, it wasn't no choice. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, we got enslaved. But then we found out that well, some of our inside people was selling us to outside people. So no, we didn't have a choice, but at the same time, us as a people supposedly is to blame. So thinking about it that way, it's like, okay, so somewhere along the line, somebody gave us up for some money. So, to answer that, I mean, that kind of answers the question there. Like, nah, we wasn't actually like stolen. You know what I'm saying? They ain't just snatch us up and like, hey, you black, you know what I'm saying? So, overall, I don't know enough of everything all together in order to, to have that epiphany. But I know enough to know this. If you're rooted and grounded into the spirit, and you really believe in the Lord, and believe it or not, I don't want to sound anti-Christ because I'm definitely I'm a Christian. I'm saying, but any God that you believe in obviously is giving people whatever people are believing in, it's working for them. So,
inspiration, hope, faith.
You know what I'm saying? So long story short, I believe Kanye needs to, if he's rooted to Christ, he needs to seek Christ and seek the elders. And as far as the slavery thing goes, we're still slaves. We know it. We understand what's going on. And the worst part about it is this: we're paid. They watch us, know how smart we are, listen. This whole conversation, like the other dude was saying, he was like, oh yeah, it's the Aussie and I, they all listen, whatever. They watch, listen, learn. They know how to put you against each other, and they know how to divide us and conquer us. They already know that because it's a game that it's just a loop. It's a loop. It's a loop. Hey, it's like asking my bro, did you choose to drive that truck, or do you have to drive it in order to pay your bills? You know what I'm saying? We have no choice, to be honest with you. And that's where this whole situation comes about. Kanye is trying to give, he's not doing it correctly. You don't burn your bridges. You never burn bridges, for one. He burnt bridges. And then for two, he disrespected Jewish people. Now, understandable, people say my Bible is tampered with, but my God told me I will bless those who bless them and curse those who curse them. It seems like he's getting cursed because he cursed them.
Goddamn right.
Okay, so you know what I'm saying? So long story short, we know now, and he should know now, hey, listen, the Bible's real. and so we should all just pray for him, pray for each other, and we all should just try to keep our eyes open, stay vigilant, and just abide by truth. Because although we know that we're in a bad situation, the saying is you can't beat them, join them. And as black people, it's like, you crazy nigga. Guess what? You kind of got to fall in line, relax a little bit, and when you get your opportunity to make a difference, then have the opportunity to make a difference. And if a Jewish person happens to help you try to make a difference, keep your head straight and try to make your difference. That's all I can say.
Right. Maurice is going to disagree with you on that part, but we're going to get to
I
him.
don't think so. His nationalism, him being a nationalist might make him disagree. But truthfully, and that other part right there, I just learned something about that, because I didn't understand that until Lady J chimed in.
Right.
And she was like, when she said it the way she said it, that made me think about it different than understanding, and then and believe it or not, there's so many different groups and things like that. You almost have to be a part of something. You have to be a part of something. If you're not a part of anything, then you're nothing.
Yeah. You're big as your circle. All right, brother. All right, you want to give a shout out? You want to promote your business, your people?
Just shout to everybody who know me. I love and respect to everybody. You feel me?
Yeah. All right, bro. Appreciate you. Don't go nowhere. We still here. Megastar, you still here?
Yeah, you already know, Choke. I'm here.
All right, go ahead. What you got to say, bro?
Hey, listen, man. You know what I'm saying? He put himself he pressed the reset button on his own self. If I gotta look at it, you know what I'm saying, in terms of who he is and what he accomplished and what he be doing or whatever, I'm definitely believing that this is a firm distraction tactic by the mass to get us off of some. I'm definitely a believer of that. But if I got to look at it for the context of what he's saying or whatever, he kind of like the spook that sat behind the door that messed it up for all of us. You know what I'm saying? Because he was there. He was in them rooms. He was with them 1%. You know what I'm saying? He didn't get it enough where he knew how to come back and just pull people in or do some stuff like how Nip was trying to do or something. You understand what I'm saying? But like he was like right there in them rooms major. So he kind of messed it up for himself and for everybody because this gonna be a long road. He gonna be on some Salman Rushdie in a minute. Like he gonna have to take a long time out. You know what I'm saying?
100%. Like I've seen this before, but not in this situation. Like with the Chris Brown situation, everybody turned their back on Chris Brown. This thing, he couldn't do nothing. He couldn't do no shows. Everything went. Then turn around, look at him today. So Kanye could definitely come back. We've seen it with so many celebrities. What's the dude name that play Iron Man? This dude used to stay in shit. Damn, what's his name?
Robert Downey Jr.
Oh God! Now you look at him now, and if you look at him now, he look like a nice, cleaned up guy. This dude was a mess. He was a hot mess. You know what I'm saying? But you can always come back, and Kanye, like you said, maybe take some time. But all right, I appreciate you, Megastar. Come back anytime, brother.
Word, one love, Choke. Thank you, brother.
All
Peace
right,
to the panel.
all right, peace. Now we just had Val just jump in. I'm gonna go to you real quick, Val, because you just jumped in. What you got to say? Val, the voice. Take it off mute.
What's good, Choke? Thanks for letting me in. I've been watching everybody and everybody points of view. Everybody got real detailed, real good points of view, right? But I just want to jump back on a topic real quick with Kanye, right? So, here's the reality. The reality is that when you make deals with these, Kanye's a narcissist, right? So I watch him, brilliant individual, right? But at the end of the day, he uses the culture for his own benefit. And when you start off with impure intentions, you end up with impure intentions because his the level of success that he's reached, right? He's at the pinnacle, but he's in bed with these people. So he know what he signed up for. It was all, you can tell in the symbolism of his music. This is the same individual who made Jesus Walks. So they've always had their eyes on him. They knew he was a powerful figure, right? So they allow him to get into the industry that he wants to get. He knew what he signed up for, and that's why at some point in his career, he was following all the guidelines. He was doing everything. He was falling in line, and he was elevating to the pinnacle of his career. Once he starts speaking out and going against the grain, what you think is going to happen? So he's not the first person that this has happened to. He won't be the last person. So you have to make a choice. The music industry, a lot of this industry is wicked. We don't battle against flesh and blood, but principalities and high places. So you're not going to get into these doors. You're not going to rub elbows with these people who are not Christ-like or they're not righteous, and then think that the Bible says, what does the light have to do with the darkness? You have to choose a side, right? Everyone has got to bear their cross. Jesus Christ bared his cross, right? He was killed by these people. So what makes us think that we're not going to have to bear our cross? To whom much is given, much is required. Kanye is one of the biggest voices in America, right? I think he's a little cap with saying he's a billionaire, he's this, he's that. Yeah, on paper, but I agree with what Choke says in some of his commentary. What he said he had in JP Morgan is probably what he actually has. You know what I'm saying? Liquidated, he's probably worth $1 billion. But now, with all these people cutting ties, he's gonna have to pay taxes a lot of this money. They're saying he's at a $400 million cap. What happens when he has to pay taxes with that? So they're cutting off his life, and eventually he'll fall in line and do what they have to do. And you never know what's gonna. He can wind up in jail for tax fraud. I believe that's what may be coming next. So when it rains, it pours, man. We can pray for Kanye, but at the end of the day, he does use, and I'm ending here, he does use the culture to his benefit. You understand what I'm saying? Like all of a sudden now, my people, when it works for him. You understand what I'm saying? When he has an issue, he wants to bring the whole culture in it, back me up. But the minute that he's sitting with them boys, I'm this, I'm that. You ain't got as much money as me. Another thing is, people got to understand cultural economics. The reason why I wanted to jump into it, and I waited a long time. So thank you for letting me in. I was just about to log off, man. So thanks for letting me in. So
go ahead. Take your
don't
time.
Understand cultural economics, right? I'm a real estate agent. I've been a real estate agent for many years, and I've worked closely with the Jewish community in Brooklyn, right? I worked in 2 different Jewish offices. I understand their mindset. Okay, so they would say, Val, they'd be like, oh, you're like a Jewish guy, Val, because of the way I would do my business, right? But I would say, I'm like, you call me that. They say you family. I tell them I'm family when you invite me to the bar mitzvah, but you'll never do that. I'm family to make money with you. And that's a lot of times we got to stop misinterpreting these business relationships. You understand? Like when you get into the music game, when you get into the fashion industry, when you get into all of that, these are business relationships. Everybody's utilizing each other or using each other to get to a certain level. And I've been in the music game for a long time. So I stepped away from it because it's all opportunistic, right? So you can put people in positions, you can help people. The minute that individual reaches a pinnacle and think they don't need you anymore, you're not valuable, you can't even get them on the phone. So you got to stop misinterpreting business relationships from true friendships. I'm just trying to give you different scenarios. So like I said, I would see the Jewish people I work with who are my brokers, I would see them curse each other out all day and then still go and make the deal. And I'll be like, man, like if it was one of us, we'd be ready to fight. He would say, man, I'll argue with him all day, but I'm still going to get that money. And and you can't be mad at people. All right, I've had a lot of interactions also with the Chinese community. Right? I've had Chinese people and Jewish people work for their culture. They don't work for themselves individually. Everything is about the enhancement of the culture. So they're not. Listen, Kanye West. I was just saying this to my man DJ No Frills, right? A couple of days before this happened, I was having the same discussion about, I can't hate on the Jewish people. I can't hate on the Chinese people. We got to hate on our own people because we have enough buying and economic power that we could change the game, but we give our money to everybody else. If everybody here started a business, we should be supporting each other. We should be supporting each other. We give our money to every other community except our community. We'll go and we'll give certain people. There's a saying, I'm pretty sure you guys have seen it, right? It says, why don't you support your friends' businesses like you do people who don't even care about you, celebrities who don't even know you? Because you know what? They use our capital, they use our money, they go side up with other people, and then they won't help you or they won't put you in position. So it comes down to you can't be mad at another race or another culture. We can do business with them. I do business with them all day. Let's get money. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think Kanye expected, when he was working with them, he expected, because he made him so much money, a certain type of loyalty. The only thing this culture is loyal to is money. And that's it. And unfortunately, a lot of us are the same way. When we get in positions, we'll sell each other out. Nobody's standing behind Kanye. I think where Kanye made the mistake, and I didn't agree with him, I have different topics, but I think when he started to talk about the George Floyd situation, he lost us. He lost people. If he would have just been neutral on that, because listen, the coroner, regardless of whatever we believe, right, there's a final determination that the coroner put out. So until, we see, unless he lied about that, we got to go by what the coroner put out. You can get sued for slander. You can get sued for a lot of things. If a final coroner written order and you go against that, then they can sue you for that, because then it's like harassment, it's slander, it's not truth. Well, he made the mistake. He could have stayed on the Jewish people all day. I wouldn't have been tight about it, because it's actual fact. It's just, the way you deliver the message, sometimes you got to be able to articulate yourself. That's why I'm not a big fan of Drink Champs, because what they do is they get you all in there, they get you drunk so that you can start spazzing out and start talking all this crazy shit, and then they leave you, then you're on your own, right? So we know, some of us know, right? We always say, we got to be careful. We can't drink too much because something might happen, right? He went up there, they keep getting him drunk, and that's by design too. Like, I put up a post, they took it down on Instagram. I said, what I don't like about Drink Champs, I never was a big fan of Drink Champs, because what they do is they overexpose alcohol to the culture, to everybody watching it. They get all those checks. They get up there to get you drunk so you can look like a fool, and then they back out of it. And it's like, now you're on your own. So who knows if that whole thing wasn't a setup to put Kanye in position, because we got to keep in mind, man, this is chess, not checkers. And these people are playing, the reality is, like, these people who we're playing against, they're on different levels, man. We're not even in the game with them. We can't even it's like a poker game that says you got to have 10,000 to get at this table. They're playing at $1 million table. They have relationships. They control everything. We're not even playing. Kanye got ahead of himself. He aligned himself with these people. When you align yourself with these people, if you want to stay in that power, you got to watch your mouth. Bill Cosby, R. Kelly.
Hey,
If we can go into these things, we don't know, but I'm sure there's a lot more to the story than what the media is feeding us. And a lot of these people probably don't even deserve to be in jail, or this or that, but we'll never know. They went against the code. I'm going to leave it there. That's just how
I appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, I felt like I just wanted to touch on all these little topics, because there was a lot. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. All right, cool. Hold on for a second. We just had a few people pop in. Steve, what you got?
What's good, Choke?
What's good?
All right.
All right, go ahead, Steve, real quick.
Oh, what's going on? What's up, Choke?
What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Good topics, man. But I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna start off by saying this. Revelation 2:9-3:9. Beware of those who say they are Jew, but are not, but a synagogue of Satan. These people took our legacy and made it theirs. They took our legacy from when they created the slave trade. They funded the slave trade. That's why the Klan don't like Jewish people, because they was funding those plantations that they had us on. And like the other guy said earlier, a lot of us was here the whole time that never came in on slave ships. But that's another topic. But I want to get to Kanye. Choke, I kind of noticed, man, you kind of standoffish about your boy Kanye, and I kind of get why. Because one thing I can't get past Kanye is that picture with him and Marlon Manson. We used to talk all that church stuff. So to me, I don't know if I can trust it, but the message he's putting out is on point. I just don't trust the messenger, if that makes sense. Because these people he's dealing with are the cream of the crop when it comes to evil.
Like, he would not be next to Marilyn Manson if he was for Jesus Christ. So Kanye, he's doing the reverse psychology. We know how, I know, in my opinion, allegedly, how he got to superstardom. That shit did not come from Jesus Christ. Right. Okay? Right. Like I said, he done went and got down with the evil empire, and now he want to come back to the Rebel Alliance. You don't go stand next to Marilyn Manson, a known Luciferian satanist or motherfucker, and then talking about, you like Jesus is hanging out with the devil now. Like,
Right.
come on, man. We know what Kanye signed up for. And like right now, he's going against the grain that got him to the billionaire status. And this is why they giving him the reminder. Oh, nigga, we gonna show you who we are. He Kanye, man,
So here's the play though. Here's the play though. Choke, and I didn't mean to cut you off.
Good.
When they destroy Kanye, and they really destroy him, and however they do it, hopefully that don't happen. But when they do that, know this: when they destroy Kanye, there's gonna be no more excuses for us when we start trying to voice our opinions on certain things, because they're gonna use him as an example. You get what I'm trying to say?
100%.
Hear me?
100%. Hold on a second. Who else is here? Let me see. Light Gene, DNA, what up?
Yo, what's good, Choke?
What's good, man?
All right, so basically, I'm gonna try to be brief. So I look at it, I look at the situation like this. You know, now that Kanye West, is viral, everybody looking at what Kanye West said. But the thing is this: everything Kanye West is saying is in your Bible. But see, it just shows you how our people worship, idols, celebrities. You see what I'm saying? It's not popping unless a celebrity say it. You know what I'm saying? It's not viral unless a celebrity say it. But everything about blacks being exterminated, everything Kanye West is saying is coming from your Bible. But you're looking more into, oh, let me see what Kanye West is saying instead of going to your book. That's all he's reciting. You see what I'm saying? That's where his knowledge and everything that you think he has is coming from. But again, majority of our people don't want to pick up the book and read and study to show thyself approved. They want to listen to what Kanye is saying, you know what I'm saying, and running with that. And I look at it like this. Kanye West if you look at the interview with Kanye West, he had on a hat, that had 2023, and then he had on another hat that had 2024. If you do your math, 23 and 24 is 47. That's Freemason. So we already know what side he on. You know what I mean? It's easy to figure this out, man. You just gotta use spiritual discernment with this. But that's all I want to say until I got more to say. I'm gonna fall back on that.
All right, cool. We appreciate that. Let me go to Unique real quick. Go ahead, Unique.
Yeah, it was good, Choke.
Peace.
Yes, sir. I've been keeping up with like your interviews. I saw the interview you did with Beehive. I caught a few of your lives of late. And it just what I wanted to talk to you about, it just seems like from what Kanye's saying, which is like the general thing he wanted to do was to kind of like bring everybody to the table so we can have these conversations. I believe the rants and everything started with the White Lives Matter shirt. That's where he's pretty much, from the explanation that I've seen from the interviews that I've watched with Kanye, Choke, or everybody involved, from what Kanye was saying with the White Lives Matter shirt, he just wanted to bring the black community to the table, wanted to bring the Jewish community to the table, the white, wanted to bring everybody to the table. So now that we're here, we're at the table, let's talk about it. And it just seems like what he wanted to talk about all along is getting lost in the sauce of the tweet, the DEFCON thing, the everything is getting lost. And what I just wanted to bring up, and I feel like Choke's platform, even though people try to front on you, Choke, I know people be tapped in. I just want to bring it up that we're here at the conversation now. We don't need to keep it on, on everything that was said. What we need to start doing now is forming groups like these, like what Choke got here, to put pressure on these people to, let's talk about these contracts. Let's talk about these NBA deals, these NFL deals. Let's talk about these mortgages. Let's talk about these banks. Let's talk about how concerts can be put together without Live Nation. Let's talk about how the radio, the music business, everything is ran through Universal. Let's talk about these things. So now let's not lose this moment. Let's not lose this moment lost in the sauce of the number of what was on the hat, the who's sending the message. Let's look at the message now that we're all here at the table and start talking. Let's not lose this moment. That's all I wanted to say, Choke.
All right, cool, brother. Hold on a second. Don't go nowhere. North Star, what up? Welcome back, brother.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, so here's my take on this whole Kanye thing. I think we all can agree that we don't really know what's on Kanye's mind for real, right? We only know what we see. Okay. We can come to conclusions because of what he puts out, but I've heard many people say different points and talk about what they think, what they observe, what they get out of what he's saying. But I don't think a lot of people, especially from what I've heard so far, I don't think a lot of people are really paying attention to what he says. Like if you've seen the Piers Morgan interview and what he said on the Piers Morgan interview, he stated clearly what his position is and what he's doing. I don't think, and I deeply disagree with anyone who says that he's doing it just for his own self gain. I mean, there probably may be some kind of selfish motivation in there, which I don't doubt, but I don't think for a moment that he's doing it for his own selfish gain for several reasons. If you notice, he constantly keeps saying, and he always mentions his dad. He's always talking about his dad as a Black Panther. And, he talks about his mom. And I think just on those bases alone, he's validating his position and his thoughts and what he's trying to get across to us and his attempt to get people in alignment with whatever it is that his overarching vision and plan is as far as what he sees himself as a leader. Another thing too is, and I've said this before, is that Kanye has never deviated from anything that he's talked about. He's never backtracked on anything that he said. He's never like said one thing and then switches up and says something different. He might say a lot of things, and sometimes he may come across like he's all over the place. But the truth of the matter is that Kanye always sticks to his core message, whatever that is that he says. He generally may say one thing over here, one thing over there. Then he comes, some time will pass by, he'll say something else. He'll wear the red hat, wear the white lives matter shirt, but his messaging always stays the same. And I think that because we are willing as a people to give people chances outside of ourselves, like when it comes to politicians, voting for different people and all that, I think that this is the one time that we all should put all our chips on the table and really stand with Kanye in his positioning. Now, Choke, I've heard a couple of things that you said on. I seen that Beehive clip where you was talking to Kanye and you was talking about. I think it was. He's gotten help from other Jewish people and all this type of stuff. But bro, let's address that idea, right? For years, a lot of people that have been successful in our community, meaning as Black people, right? Everything that they have gotten has always been through somebody outside of themselves. And I don't mean them as an individual, but I mean them as a people, right? So if you are now in a position where you have the complete A to Z know-how and you got all the right people in place, you got all the parts that you need to start making stuff shake the way that you want to shake. And now you in a position where you like, look, I've tried working with these people and I've tried getting them to do things a certain way. They don't want to do it because they have the position of power. Well, I'm going to break that power now. And now I'm going to stand on my own and I'm going to make it do what it do. And I'm going to turn to my people to get my people to back me. And we going to build something together. I think that's what he's really on. I know that people will disagree with me, but one thing I learned in life is that you can have people say things, but if all you're listening to or reacting on is what you see and you're not taking the time to listen to the actual wording and what they're saying, and especially that we've been seeing him over a number of years, whether it's in his music, whether it's in his interviews. I think somebody had said something about when he said slavery was a choice. He was with Kim at that time when he said that. So I just want people to pay attention to what he's doing and what he's saying, and stop being so critical, of the fact that he said certain things or done certain things, and get his dude a chance and really see what he's about, because you've been disappointed by other people that you've given chances to. You've been traded on many times by the very people who's been deceiving you before you were born, generations before you, and still continue to deceive you generations after you. So I think that in this time point in history, instead of being such big critics and pointing out all these deficits, how about we just sit back and really see what's going on and give a man a chance, like a real chance, and see if he's really full of shit or not. Because as long as you keep being resistant, he ain't gonna have a chance. But if you stop resisting and give him some support, then maybe, just maybe, which I think is a high likelihood, that he will actually deliver on what he's talking about. That's all I gotta say.
All right, I can respect that. I can respect your opinion. Part of me, the part of me that's like is calling bullshit with Kanye is I got a third eye, right? And I seen him jump from waving one religion to being a part of something different, and now he want to be back to where Christian or whatever he initially came from. So when if anybody watching it knows what I'm talking about, once you go to the dark side, it's like being the blood in, blood out. Like, motherfucker, you're not walking away after these people done built you up. You know what I'm saying? You're not giving them your ass to kiss. This shit ain't got nothing to do with Jewish. This shit got something to do with something much more sinister, much more darker and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like, my thing is this. I look at it like this. Why didn't Kanye do this 5 years ago? Why he didn't do this 10 years ago?
Probably
Can I chime in? Can I chime in, Choke? Can I chime in?
It may have not have been time for him to do that. I mean, you got to think about this. Think about this. Just let's take nature for example. You take a seed, you plant a seed. A seed takes a certain amount of time to grow. Do you know about bamboo trees? It takes 5 years for a bamboo tree to grow, and it grows in its 5th year. Okay. When a bamboo tree is planted, it first grows downward, very deep. And then in its 5th year, it shoots up real high, right? Okay. So in this case, think about this. It's like if you play chess, you know that sometimes you may, whatever your strategy is, your overarching strategy, you may have to make some certain moves first and wait a long time on this side before you move a particular piece to unlock a whole bunch of other stuff that you got coming behind it. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same principle, man. I mean, think about it. The people that have had us in captivity for hundreds of years, and then when we were freed, they started writing and enacting all these laws to still hold, keep us in oppression. And to this day, even though as much liberty and freedom that we have, they still have slave laws on the books. Okay, that they can just one day just be like, scratch all them civil rights act shit, and we gonna now ride with these slave laws. You get what I'm saying? Right. So what I'm saying is that everything has its place in its time. Okay. Right. And because of what he may have been trying to accomplish for a long time. Because look, bro, I mean, listen, I probably shouldn't even be saying this, but I'm gonna put this out here because we on this. But how do you know that when he was growing up, you don't know what he was told when he was coming up as a kid. You don't know the type of secrets that he has with inside himself to be where he's at right now. Because think about this, he just said not too long ago on one of these interviews I seen. It was recently after the Drink Champs joint where he said Pac once told him, get the money, then you get the power, and then you go to war. And he said, that's what I'm doing. Okay.
Okay, so do you think that part of his plan was to attack a whole Jewish community?
No, I think it's just a tactic. I think it's just a tactic for something else. I don't think Kanye in any way means harm to the people, right? I'm talking about the community itself.
Right.
He keeps saying Jewish people because his whole idea is, I mean, if you think about it, he says stuff that he gets people all worked up about something to bring attention to something, right? Then he goes and starts talking about the direct thing that he was talking about, like when he was on Piers Morgan. Piers Morgan was like, do you regret what you said? He said, absolutely not. I meant what I said. And then he said, well, look, I'll tell you what. He said, for the context of this conversation, let's talk about the Jewish businessmen, not the Jewish people, because I don't mean anything to them, but the Jewish businessmen, because that's who's in power, that's who controls it, and that's who I'm talking about.
But then he could have said that from the gate.
But he
you know
did.
how many Jewish kids bought CDs and Yeezy sneakers that's
Right.
offended by his remarks because they supported him, and now they feel like he's shitting on their whole all of them when
listen,
they ain't got nothing to do
but
with it.
he also said this. See, this is what I'm saying. Why people gotta listen to what the fuck he be saying, man. He said on Drink Champs. This is on Drink Champs. He said, man, because they asked him something, not exactly what you said, but they kind of went in that direction, talking about the support that he got from the Jewish community with his with all of his products and stuff. And he was like, he said, look, I said this because I want the Jewish kids to go to their parents, the ones that's in control, and say, Daddy, Mommy, Daddy, why is Jay mad at us? What did we do to him? I mean, what did you do to him to make him angry?
Right. I heard him when he said that.
Right.
But that is just an answer in the fucking interview, because he's not saying all this at every interview that he's going through. He's attacking different people at different times with different things. So
can I chime in, Choke? I just got one thing to say.
Got you on, right? Like this thing made me throw my train of thought off.
You said he was attacking different people at different times.
Like
different
he's attacking different like he's attacking different ways on the Jewish community, right? Now, when Nori and them asked him that, he says, "Oh, yeah, because I want the little Jewish kids to ask their parents, why is Kanye mad at us?" Right?
Right.
So now you're still saying that you are mad at the Jewish community. So if you're saying you want the little kids to go to ask their parents why Kanye is mad at us, just to strike up a dialogue, you're still putting all the Jewish people in the box. Like a young Jewish kid that support Kanye shouldn't feel like, yo, Ma, Kanye is mad at us. What did y'all do to him? This is not Freddy Krueger. You get what I'm saying? Like all Jewish people burnt him in the house in the Freddy Krueger story. That's not the case here.
Can I get up in there, Joe? Can I get up in there?
I'm completely with you on that. But I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna stop so the guy can say something.
Yeah, because he keep cutting us off, brother. You gotta be patient, my nigga.
Yeah. So look, like I said, when I made the reference to chess, right? I mean, look, the art of war is that you have to do different things to get the result that you want. And sometimes you have to use people or things as a shield, or you have to mask one thing to bring the other thing in. And that's probably part of his tactic, because he knows that he keeps saying war. So obviously if he keeps talking about war, he knows that there's spiritual involved, psychological involved, and physical involved, and the mental involved. And because you have all of these elements, he's dealing with those, and he's moving the pieces around, and he's doing all these different tactics to get the desired result that he's looking for. Now, I'm gonna back up off of this.
Is he doing this as a sane man, or do you believe that he has some type of mental illness?
No, he's not mentally ill at all. Not at all.
All right, cool. Hold on. All right. Matter of fact, guys, say anything else you want to say and wrap it up because I'm go down the line and get everybody off here. North Star, go ahead. You got anything else you want to add?
No, I was done right there, bro. I appreciate
right.
you having me on.
All right, cool. Hold on. Let me see. Film by Vegan. Go ahead. You've been waiting a minute. Go ahead.
Yeah, like I feel like we shouldn't be listening to anything Kanye is saying at this point. Because like Choke said, he should have been saying this 5 years ago, which he kind of was. Like, remember when he was throwing those tours? He would stop in the middle of his tours and basically talk about, you know what I'm saying, what's going on behind the scenes because the media was making him seem like he was crazy. So now what I think what's going on with Kanye now is that he's being controlled, and it's basically whatever he's doing now is something behind this shit. I mean, I didn't mean to cuss, but I don't know if y'all looked on YouTube, but he has like this channel on YouTube when he's like sitting in front of these people and talking. If you go in that, they're raising money for Ukraine. Like why is he raising money for Ukraine? That was weird to me. But yeah, like I would y'all should go back and pull up his old tours and listen to his rants because that Kanye back then was I'm sorry y'all, but the Kanye today, like I feel like yes, he is going through some mental issues. Like it's something definitely wrong with his mind. And I feel like that shit happened after that St. Pablo tour when he was talking about radio, FU radio and all this and that. Like go back and listen to that. Listen to how passionate he was to get his side out. And also pull up his radio interview on V103. Like Kanye was speaking out way back in the past. And now all of a sudden he's on CNN and Piers Morgan and they letting him say all this. Nah, I'm not going for that. I feel like it's something behind what's going on with him today. And yes, like I said again, he's definitely it's a mental illness going on with Kanye. They did something to that man's mind, and he's not the same person that he was back then. And I don't think he's a billionaire also because in that Sway interview, he said he was $54 million in debt. So it's like what happened? Where did that shit? I feel like all this billionaire talk is just a bunch of bull to make it seem like he has all this money when really he doesn't. And look, they're taking it from him now. Look, he attached himself to Kim Kardashian. She's getting some of that money too. You know what I'm saying? Like by him having kids with her, they're able to get his money. You know what I'm saying? He has nobody. Like nobody is really, bro. Like y'all gotta see through this. Like Kanye is, man, they zapped him, and that's all I'm gonna say.
I disagree. I think Kanye right now.
You can disagree.
Listen, I'm gonna
You
tell
can
you why,
disagree.
bro. Respectfully.
But mind control is real.
I'm gonna
Mind
tell you why
control is
respectfully,
real,
brother. I'm gonna tell you why respectfully, brother. Let's think about it, all of us. Kanye is a billionaire, whatever you want to call him. He's very successful. He's moving the needle on culture and everything. Why would he do what he's doing? Because when you're in the bed of your enemy, you can't sleep comfortable. Right now, Kanye don't have control of his children. He has nothing to lose as a man. What he gonna make, another 10 billion? Right now, he's saying to himself, I'm Moses. He's reading his Bible right now. He's saying, I'm Moses. Moses grew up in the house of Pharaoh. Moses wasn't an outsider. He's an insider. So I believe God is using Kanye to help our people. God want our people to be free. We need to stop selling drugs, lying, cheating, and stealing, clean ourselves up and see how fast God bless us. We able to be utilized like pawns on a chessboard because we not maneuvering as kings and queens. We moving as pawns.
Hey, I wanna disagree respectfully. Hey, I wanna disagree respectfully because listen, the biggest thing that they're hiding right now at this time, they're not telling y'all, man. All right, so look, y'all hear all this talk about nuclear war, this, that, and the third, but y'all don't even understand what